All right. Good morning, my friends. This is Miss Ray from the Great Falls Public Library, and it is time for our story time. Now, we're going to do things a little bit differently this time. This time, we are going to skip the singing and go straight to reading two awesome Treasure State Award nominated picture books. Now, what is the Treasure State Award? The Treasure State Award is an award given from the Montana State Literacy Association every year to a amazing picture book. Now, how do they decide which picture book gets the award? Well, they decide because Montanans, just like you, vote for their favorite picture book. Actually, these picture books were all nominated by Montanans too. It is mostly teachers and librarians who do the nominating, but anybody in the state of Montana can email them and send them a nomination for next year. So, without further ado, let's introduce our nominated books. The first is called Nesting by Henry Cole, and it has beautiful pencil drawing illustrations. It's about a family of robins. I don't know if you've seen robins outside, but I have. It's spring, and robins, they let us know that it's spring when we start to see them around again. And you'll find out why that is when you read this book. Our second book is called Goldilocks for Dinner, a funny book about manners. It was written by Susan McElroy Montanari and Jake Parker. The third is called This Way, Charlie. It was written by Karen Levis and Charles Santoso. The fourth is called Ronan the Librarian. It's about a Viking librarian. It was written by Tara Luby and Becky Caddy and illustrated by Victoria Manderna. And then there is one more, and I am so sorry, guys, but we had a little trouble getting this one in from our vendor. It's called Scout Moore Junior Ranger Yellowstone, and it was written by Teresa Howell, and unfortunately we have not yet received our copy from our vendor, so I'm sorry that we don't have that one in. So what we're going to do today is we are going to read Ronan the Librarian and This Way, Charlie. And when our story time is over, I would like for you to take a look at the link below. There is a link to our brand new Beanstack reading tracker. So there's a link. You can also download Beanstack in your app store, and this is how we are going to do the voting, because you guys are the Montanans who get to decide which one of these amazing books you think should win the Treasure State Award. So we are going to do our voting with our Beanstack reading tracker. You can either download the app on your smartphone or you can just use the website. And I think that you'll find that Beanstack is very user-friendly. If it gives you any trouble, my contact information is in the information below the video. So shoot me an email, give me a call. We will figure out any trouble that the Beanstack app gives you. But so far, I'm not hearing that anybody's having trouble with it, which is fantastic. Okay, so you'll sign up for the app or sign up for the Beanstack app or the Beanstack website, and then you're going to vote for your favorite Treasure State Award nominated picture book, and that voting needs to be wrapped up by March 31st if you vote. And this is for people of all ages, my friends, all ages, including grown-ups. I know that grown-ups sometimes they get left out of prizes. If you vote, you're going to get a gift card for a free small ice cream cone from Dairy Queen. Isn't that cool? So once you are signed up and you voted for your favorite, come into Kids Place and we'll get you your gift card. All right. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Let's start reading. The first book we're going to read is called This Way, Charlie, inspired by a real animal friendship. And it is about the friendship between a horse and a goat. Let's read it. Here's the farm where they live. I see. I need to scooch back just a little bit so you can see the whole page. There we go. Jack, that's Jack, Jack the goat. Jack watched the new animals scamper, hop, flap, and trot their way into Open Bud Ranch. Some would stay a short while and others longer. A few might make the ranch their home, like Jack had when he needed a safe and caring place to live. Open Bud Ranch had space for all kinds, and all kinds of space to heal, rest, and grow. Everyone could see that Jack liked keeping his space to himself. Not a super friendly guy. Everyone except Charlie. When Charlie arrived, he didn't see Jack at all. "Hey," bleated Jack. "Pardon me," neighed Charlie. Oh my goodness. Charlie almost stepped on Jack. Huh. Jack could tell from how Charlie swerved this way, but not that way, that Charlie could only see out of one of his eyes. Oh. Antonia explained that once in a while, for different reasons, blindness happens. She couldn't mend Charlie's sight, like she had the eagle's broken wing, or release him into the wild, like the possums once they'd grown, but she could give Charlie time to see in his own new way. Antonia said everybody deserves plenty of food, love, and patience. So there's Antonia, the human. Do you see the possums? Do you see the mama possum with the baby possums on her back? Right there. By now, Jack knew this ranch gave plenty of fresh hay, groomed with soft brushes, and always trimmed hooves slowly. Still, he didn't want anything to get too close, too quick, or too loud. So Jack stepped back, and he watched out for Charlie. Doesn't like Charlie very much. Kind of scared of Charlie because Charlie almost stepped on him. Charlie whinnied to everyone in a cheerful way, swished his tail, snorted, and stopped to sniff honeysuckles the same way Jack liked to. He chewed thoughtfully and followed the sunlit patches as if he wanted to get to know the whole place. Charlie is exploring. But Charlie couldn't go very far on his own. Sometimes he bumped into in an oops way, not a pushing way. A lot of times he stood still in a lost way. Jack noticed one of Charlie's eyes had a soft glow like the moon, which often guided Jack when he felt lost in the dark. He wondered what Charlie used for a moon. Some mornings Charlie pawed at a dry patch of dirt. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Hungry, thought Jack. Or scared. Maybe lonely. One day Jack took an extra deep breath of honeysuckles. In for sweet, out for brave. This way, Charlie, he said. And he showed him the way to his favorite field. And they grazed, and bathed in the sunlight. There they are, grazing and bathing in the sunlight. The next day, Jack did it again. This way, Charlie. Jack walked a little ahead and on Charlie's seeing side. He slowed down where the trail got a little steep and stopped when they reached fresh water. And when it got too hot, he called Charlie toward the shade. Soon, the next day became every day. Walk, graze, sunbathe, return. Sometimes a quiet like warm milk filled the space between them. Other times, Jack asked Charlie questions about swinging a long tail, about galloping, about being so tall, about going blind, about bugs, plants, and clouds, about the ranch, the world, and sometimes about dreams. The way I see it, Charlie would answer, and Jack would listen. On cold and wet mornings, instead of going to their place, Jack guided Charlie to the barn, and Charlie would step in, but Jack always stayed out. He wanted to go where it looked peaceful and dry, but his body remembered a different barn long ago that wasn't calm or kind. Jack is kind of scared to go in the barn. Charlie couldn't make the rain or the past disappear, but he could show Jack how kindness moves, sounds, and waits for skies to clear and new memories take shape. Charlie could give Jack an inside. Outside. Oh my goodness. Isn't that so nice of Charlie? What is Charlie doing? Charlie is protecting Jack from the rain because Charlie is so much taller than Jack. Oh my goodness, but do you see that? Boom, crack, thunder and lightning. Do you get scared of things you can't see? Jack asked Charlie. All the time, Charlie told Jack. But the way I see it, that's what a friend like you is for. Friend. Jack chewed the word over like a mouthful of fresh, sweet grass. As the days went by, Charlie began walking more and more slowly. Then one day he stopped. He couldn't see out of either of his eyes now. So Jack moved closer and to the center of the path. This way, Charlie. Yes, this way, Jack. They kept walking, one hoof in front of the other, until it felt like Jack's steps were Charlie's, and Charlie's steps were Jack's. Once, when the other goats went galloping by, Charlie said, "We could play with them today." Jack trembled. "Or maybe with the fawns?" Charlie asked. "Or the new raccoons?" "I can't. Making new friends," gave Jack a bumpy feeling. "Let's just say hello." "The way I see it, no, you don't see. You can't see." No, Jack does not want to make new friends. And because he doesn't want to make new friends, he said something kind of mean, didn't he? Yep. He's scared of making new friends. Charlie was surprised, but so was Jack. He hadn't meant to snap. So close, so quick, so loud. A new kind of quiet filled up the space between them, like the shallow of dry, rotten grass rumbling around on their insides. Maybe that's why they didn't notice the sky was rumbling too. Oh. They are upset with each other, and it looks like it's getting ready to storm. Boom, crack. Rain came pouring down so fast and thick Jack couldn't see Charlie. The wind howled so loud that Charlie couldn't hear Jack. Trees bent, fell, tangled, and trapped Charlie. Oh no! Jack tried this way and that, but there was no way in and no way out. So Jack ran. What do you think Jack is going to do? Oh, I hope Charlie's okay. Jack ran and ran for Charlie. He bleated to all the animals for Charlie. Jack banged at the doors, found Antonia, and urged everyone to follow him closely. This way! Charlie! They're all going to get Charlie. Oh, no. Charlie is trapped. Oh, they're all pulling on that tree to get that tree off Charlie. The mud was thick and the branches were strong, but the whole ranch, working together, was stronger. Finally, Charlie was free. Oh, phew. Jack led the way inside. This way, friends. Everybody huddled together. Jack whispered, "I'm sorry." And Charlie whispered, "I'm sorry too." No, Charlie whispered, "Thank you." The barn filled with all kinds of snores, dreams, and a quiet neither Charlie nor Jack could see, but both could feel, was splendid and warm. Like the sun that rose the next morning. They walked that day and the next day and every day for the rest of their lives, one hoof in front of the other. This way, Charlie. And that's the end. And we're not going to read this now, but here's the author's note, because Jack and Charlie are real. They're real animals. And maybe you saw them. They had kind of a viral video a few years back. So if you would like, you can check this one out and get the full backstory on Jack and Charlie. But that is our first book that we're reading today, This Way, Charlie, by Karen Lewis and Charles Santoso. And now for something completely different. This one is called Ronan the Librarian. It was written by Tara Luby and Becky Cady and illustrated by Victoria Maderna. And it's about a Viking librarian. There's Ronan. Ronan has an axe in one hand, and what does Ronan have in the other hand? A book. Let's read it. Ronan the Librarian. All right. Ronan was a mighty barbarian, the leader of his people. He invaded, he raided, and back home he traded. Look. Lots and lots of treasure. Ronan was legendary for finding the best pillage. Gold, jewelry, weapons, and tools. Everyone wanted to trade with him until one raid went horribly wrong. "What's this?" he roared. "This is worthless." What does he have? What does he have in his hand? A book. There's his treasure chest. It's full of books and papers. Ronan tried to barter, but no one would make a deal. Barbarians didn't read books. Ronan took the book home. Ufta, what am I going to do with this useless thing? Here are some ideas. Kindling, origami, toilet paper. Yes, that's it. Then a picture caught his eye. Ronan read the first sentence, then a paragraph, then a page, and before he knew it, he had devoured an entire chapter. He read until the moon was high in the sky. Did you ever get lost in a book? The next day, Ronan didn't meet the raiding party. He must have overslept, said Crom. Let's go wake him up. Ronan, you dunga, what are you doing? Asked Gunnar. I'm reading, said Ronan. This book is epic. Do you want to borrow it? Have you gone berserk? Barbarians don't read, we raid, said Helga. His friends were right. Ronan tucked the book away and went raiding like a good barbarian. But he couldn't stop thinking about the book. When the raid was over, he charged home, read straight through to the end. Ronan was hooked. He needed a new book. Oh, he needs a new book. Where should he go? The library. But there isn't a library. What is Ronan gonna do? Ronan needed a new book, so he invaded and raided and read. There he is, raiding for new books. He invaded and raided and read. Look, there he is. He's riding on a wild boar, and what is he doing? Reading. I don't think that you should ride on a wild boar. And I don't think you should read while you're riding on a wild boar. but I do think you should read. He invaded and raided and read. Oh my goodness, where are they now? They're on a Viking ship. And, oh my goodness, look at that giant stack of books he's got. Oh, he is amassing quite a collection. The fierce raider became a fierce reader, and soon his massive collection of books threatened to devour him. Do you see all of the stacks of his books? Do you think they might fall on him? Oh my goodness, he's going to need a bookshelf. Oh, so Ronan came up with a solution to tame the beast. He built a library. He even threw a grand opening celebration, but barbarians do not read books. They are enjoying the refreshments, but none of them are reading. Crom kept judging books by their covers. Too sparkly, too kissy, too wimpy. Gunnar valued brawn over brains. Reading doesn't have a point. Spears have points. Helga was too busy to read. How could Ronan get his people to see that books were treasures? Oofta, I must conquer my own village, he declared. He picked up his book, held it high, and began to read aloud. Oh my goodness. Ronan's doing story time. What do you think? Do you think that people will like it? The troll roared as Odin snatched the urn of Unkar and raced to his ship. The crew rowed out to sea when out of the depths rose the terrifying Kraken. Look at all of this. Oh my goodness, there's the troll, so big and scary. And look, here's the tentacles of the Kraken. How scary. Odin held onto the urn for dear life as he drew his sword. But the shipbuilders continued sawing, and the blacksmiths didn't stop hammering, and the potters kept on spinning their wheels. It was a crushing defeat. Oh, Ronan's story time didn't go very well. At daybreak, Ronan went to his library. Oofta, I've been invaded. Look, somebody broke the door on the library. I wonder who would do that. And why? And raided. Oh, look! Everybody's reading. What was in that urn? But did he clobber the Kraken? What did Odin do next? It was his greatest victory yet. The library was full of barbarians. Ronan quickly laid down the law. Oh my goodness, rules and advice. There are a lot of rules. Get your card and take books home. Is that one true for our library? Yep, you get your library card and then you can borrow books and take them home. Swords make terrible bookmarks. We have never had that problem here, but I agree that swords would not make a good bookmark. Okay. No juicy meats. Yep, it's best not to eat while you're reading library books. Yeah, because we don't want to get stuff on them. Children are welcome. Is that true at our library? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Break the door equals fix the door. Don't break the door. Thank you. Book requests, let us know. Is that one true for our library? Yes, it is. If you have a title that you'd like to suggest, and it's a kid's title or a young adult title, let me know. And if it's an adult title, then that's going to go to Treva Higgins. She's our collection development librarian. But yes, we always take your book requests. Keep out this goat. It looks like that goat likes to eat library books. Now, again, that is not a problem that we've had. We have never had a goat in the library. to the best of my knowledge. But no, only service dogs are allowed inside the library. No goats. Ronan issued library cards. He recommended books. And he read to the younglings. And it turns out barbarians do read books. Look. It's a sign for the Bookish Barbarians Book Club. Readers make better raiders. Ronan was a mighty librarian, a leader of his people. They invaded, they raided, and they read. And that is the end of our story. So, I hope that you will take this moment and go visit our Beanstack site, or visit your App Store or Google Play Store to download the Beanstack app. Get signed up, vote for your favorite Treasure State Award nominated picture book, and come in and see Miss Chelsea and I in the library and get your gift card for a free ice cream cone from Dairy Queen. And just a reminder, this is for all ages, even grown-ups, because true fact, even grown-ups like ice cream. I will see you next Wednesday morning at next Wednesday morning at 9:30. It will be April, or very nearly so. I guess we have another week of March, or don't we? Well, that is wonderful. Then that means we'll have a chance to read Goldilocks for Dinner and Nesting, so that we can take a look at all 4 of our Treasure State Award nominated picture books that we currently have in the library. And apologies again, Scout Moore Junior Ranger Yellowstone didn't come in from our vendor, so I'm sorry we don't have a copy for that one for you to have a look at. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.